Starting ninth grade was probably the worst decision I have ever made. I didn't go to a public school, I went to a preparatory school that made us wear uniforms, wake up early, and use lockers. And I went to the school with my twin sister, and we had every single class together. So since we didn't know anyone, we sat next to each other in all our classes. And as the school year went on, we got to know more people and we all became friends. Soon everybody in the ninth grade knew who we were. But one day, it was about the second to last week of school, and we just finished our classes, and we were both 14, so you know, we were still kind of weird, puberty and stuff. And I say, Faith, you know what would be funny? If you bump into someone, and then say, oh sorry, let me apologize with my sympathy rub. And then I proceeded to rub my sister's arm. Slowly and gently, because that's what a sympathy rub is. I mean, it's not my best work, but I think it's funny. But there was a teacher walking by who didn't think it was that funny. It was a middle school teacher, so we've never seen her before, and she asks us, hey, do you two know the school's policy on PDA? And my sister responds with, yep, and starts to walk away. Oh, I'm not done. The teacher then began to give us a lecture about why we have to keep our feelings for each other outside of school. She said stuff like, I know you're both young and in love, and, but your hormones are all out of whack, and now is not a time to be going steady with someone. So apparently this teacher saw us sit next to each other in classes, walk with each other in the hallway, and eat lunch together, and naturally assumed that we were madly in love. Me and Faith looked at each other, and we were both thinking, do we tell her? You know, we probably should have, but we didn't want to make the teacher feel awkward or anything, so we just kept our mouths shut and nodded. And I remember while this was happening, my friend Anthony walked by, and, knowing we were both brother and sister, was extremely confused why we were being told not to show our feelings for each other in school. And like, we weren't even making out or anything. We just did everything together, so I don't know what the teacher's problem was. So after the teacher was done talking, I thought it was extremely funny and wanted to tell everyone in the whole school, but Faith was utterly embarrassed and wanted to keep quiet. Down the hall, Anthony was waiting for us and asked if we got called out for PDA. I told him my sympathy rub joke, and Faith made him swear to never tell anyone. And this would probably be the end of the story, but the next day, while our geometry teacher was teaching a different class, the teacher that called us out came in and said, hey, do you know the blonde curly hair girl with the boyfriend that looks just like her? I'm sorry, but just saying that sentence should probably trigger some sort of red flag. My geometry teacher said our names. Faith and James? Yeah, well, I saw them holding hands, which I wasn't, by the way. I was giving her a sympathy rub. But the whole class burst out laughing anyway. So my geometry teacher informed her they're twins. So the teacher ended up feeling awkward anyway. I still thought it was hilarious, and now everyone knew about it. And Faith was glad there was only 2 more weeks of school left.